The downfall of mascots. You feel me? Listen, if you watch this shit on YouTube, like the video, subscribe, follow your boy, twitch.tv/Tynowolf. Y'all see how we rocking, man. On some shit. You feel me? We got, damn, we haven't watched this nigga vids in a while, have we? Damn. Tommy F NFG. Now, I seen this shit because I was like, damn, what my boy Tommy been on, man? You feel me? Now, if y'all remember, the last time we watched this nigga was like the beginning of this year where he made that shit of like the recap of like 2022. And I fuck with this nigga, man. This nerdy ass nigga. But let's see what folks got going on. By the way, like I said, TV/Tynowolf. And like the video too. My niggas don't be, you feel me?
On the human day-to-day basis, we're always indulging in different types of products and don't really think about it too much. But we all really need to sit down together and really think on the question, what makes a product? Some may say the value of the product and how fulfilling it can be to you. Others may say the actual company and how ethically produced the product is. But I say no one cares about either one of those things. Humans are much more simple-minded creatures than that. All it really takes for a brand to do great is an iconic ass mascot. Mascots are the leaders and face of any brand out there. They're truly what people see first before even opening the package of any product, so it's important to consumers. Life without mascots would kinda be boring. For example, I don't personally watch something like sports too much myself, but when I do, I always look forward to looking at the goofy mascots on the sideline doing their goofy little shenanigans. And also think of if there was no mascots for the general products we use every day. Like, can you imagine Frosted Flakes without the Tony Tiger? Apple products with, no apple? McDonald's without the Ronald McDonald? Actually, we can go without this one. This clown. Look, what I'm trying to say is that mascots are needed to be perfected because they're the weight of the entire brand. And they really had that formula on lock back in the day. I don't know how they were spitting out these mascots like they were nothing and creating the best masterpieces known to man. Like Tony the Tiger is a perfect mascot. What other way to express the massive...
Mascots used to be like this seal, like when they was like on commercials on some shit. But now you don't see shit like that on commercials. Like, look, I be telling motherfuckers, like, commercials don't hit like they used to anymore. Like when I was growing up, folk, like I'm 19, right? I'm a link. I bet, gang. But yeah, when I was growing up on some shit, commercials used to be lit as hell, folk. They used to be raw. Like I'm telling y'all, folk, like y'all know what type of commercials I'm talking about. But nowadays, folk, I don't watch TV no more, so I don't know what the fuck they be playing.
Affliction of diabetes to an entire generation of kids. Then with the big, brolic, 6'3" buff tiger saying they're great. Or Mr. Clean. What other way to fight the patriarchy and destroy the women wash dishes stereotype than by getting a 6-foot Vin Diesel motherfucker to be the face of all your cleaning products? It's absolutely genius. But sadly, due to modern times, there's been a sort of shift of mascots in the past decade or so. What if I told you almost each one of these mascots would be eviscerated, completely stripped of everything that made them what they are? Most have suffered the sad illness of modernization. Let's start with the most abysmal of them all. Charles Entertainment, aka Chuck E. Cheese. Chuck E. Cheese was once the profound spot for kids to celebrate their days of occasion. Back before kids got iPhone 14 Pro Maxes for their 7-year-old birthday party, you got this cup with a solid amount of change and it occupied you for hours. And the staple everyone remembers from Chuck E. Cheese is of course the iconic mascot Mr. Chuck himself. I don't think Chuck E. Cheese would have got as popular as it did without this specific mascot right here. They had everything perfected in this version, from the geometric drip on the shorts, the green shoes with the purple laces matching the purple shirt and green sleeves with the C in the middle dyed yellow, and of course to finish this bitch off, the combination of green, purple, and yellow all put on the top of his head with a cap. Sir Chuckington was really moving with the drip back then. Although he did simultaneously scar a generation of kids with images like this, like this,
what the fuck?
And
ew,
like this. You gotta admit, that was the most iconic and drippiest version of Chuck E. Cheese. Just look at the older versions, they're like 10 times worse. And now, cut to today, and he got hit with the worst thing any human can ever get hit with imaginable. Wokeness. How did Chuck E. Cheese turn from a rad skater rat ready to make kids around the world happy, to a puny little punk bitch with zero drip? I mean, seriously, Chuck E. Cheese Entertainment, what the hell is this little pipsqueak you call a mascot? They pretty much just ripped every component around the world happy, to a puny little punk bitch with zero.
What the fuck happened? This is not Chucky. Nigga, this is Lucky, motherfucking Shout Lucky, by the way, but nigga, what the fuck? Damn, look how they massacred my boy. Why did they change this? Why?
Oh,
what the fuck
I mean,
happened?
seriously, Chuck E. Cheese Entertainment, what the hell is this little pipsqueak you call a mascot? They pretty much just ripped every component that made him drip in the first place at all. He went from geometric drip shorts to plain jeans. The matching design of the shoes and shirt is now ruined because they for some reason added this dumbass ring around the shirt. Last, they just completely stripped his hat that was representing his gang from his head. And keep in mind, this change happened all the way back in 2012, perfectly matching the decline of Chuck E. Cheese. Seriously, I don't know a single kid who asks mommy or daddy anymore can they go to Chuck E. Cheese. Because when I was younger, kids would be begging to go to Chuck E. Cheese on something like their birthday. But now kids beg mommy and daddy for either V-Bucks or Robux.
Why did they? No, but okay, I'm confused though. Like, why the fuck did they do that for? For what? Why did they change this nigga? That's not Chucky, folk. This nigga look just ew. Like, what the fuck?
Keep in mind though that this was the time when technology was absolutely on the rise and every kid pretty much became glued to their iPads. But maybe if they kept Sir Chuck in his original drip, all I'm saying is I think the kids would have stayed around longer. And this new modernization of mascots has always been a thing for something like logos. I made a whole video on how bad modern logos have become a while ago. For reference, here's what the Firefox logo used to look like, and here's what it looks like now. Bro, this shit, you cannot make this up. But this whole plague is now starting to invade modern mascots, and it's where I draw the line. Like, have y'all seen what they've done to our beloved Applejacks mascot? You know them. They need no introduction. We got Bad Apple and Cinnamon. At a certain point, this duo was damn near better than any other on this earth. The combination of a raspy-voiced apple with a Jamaican cinnamon stick was just too fire. And they had some of the most goated commercials of that time. But let me just show you what modern change has done to these boys. They went from this to this.
You was fucking lying. You was fucking lying. Stop fucking playing. You was fucking lying, folks. Yo, no. You was fucking lying. This is not, no. What up? This is not, stop. That, no. You is fucking lying, G. There is no fucking way, folks. Yo, no, I'm actually mad. Chat, I'm actually mad, folks. Chat, look what they did. Oh my fucking God.
Was accounted for in this transition. Not the drip, not the face.
No. Oh my God. Oh my God.
I'd rather eat a bowl of Australian tarantulas with piss as the milk substitute than ever touch this monstrosity. I simply can't even understand the reason why change like this is even necessary for the mascot. I think even the Coco Melon brain dead toddlers are able to process the imagery of the original mascots without needing this family friendly widdly diddly ass change. And then Fruit Loops did the same thing when they tried to redesign from the original Toucan Sam to this. This is just...
Yo. Honestly, if I would have seen that on the Fruit Loops box, I promise you, fo, I would have never touched another Fruit Loops. Don't fucking play with me, fo. That I'm not. Do y'all see this shit, fo? Don't even fucking play with me. If I would have seen this shit on this box,
more than a massacre, it's a bloodbath. Seriously, why the f out of all things, cereal brands are trying to make a modern change to appeal to the people? You give kids diabetes. If they really wanted to make a change, they would just shut down forever and permanently stop the diabetes epidemic to kids. Luckily, they got hated on enough online to pretty much just never release the actual change. But some of you really don't understand. We're really in scary times. No mascot is safe at this point if they're coming for the part of a perfectly balanced breakfast. So I sat real hard down and started to think to myself, well, why would any of these things need to even be changed? Two things came to my mind on why they would even change it when thinking about this question. And my theory number one is just the typical modern changes that every company is doing for their logos and mascots. Like I said earlier, damn near every company is just conforming to these changes, trying to copy the changes of new modern brands and logos. Old brands are now turning from actual designs and beautifully eclectic art to fonts, Company offices are now just 15-floor glass buildings with no actual designs to not offend anyone. And my number 2 theory is obviously going to be cancellation. I personally think a reason why a lot of these brands are trying to conform to a new modern design and modern change is because of cancellation, sadly. It's the 2020s and people literally go out their way to get people canceled at all.
I mean, he not lying. Shit, at this motherfucking point in life, you cancel just for this I guess for saying the wrong pronouns. I don't know. Not really too much into that shit, but no, I could damn near fucking get canceled for saying the sky blue. I don't know. Shit.
All costs.
Remember, people, the internet is not real.
Tommy, it's not really realistic to cancel a cereal or candy brand just off their mascot, silly. You know, I really thought this too until about 2 months ago, people started to cancel M&Ms. For y'all that are not caught up on the M&M cancellation lore, let me tune you in real quick. M&M started to get canceled some time ago in 2022. People apparently didn't like how the brown M&M and green M&M were represented sexually, which was because they were depicted wearing heels, and that just didn't sit right with certain people on Twitter. So they replaced the green M&M's heels with white sneakers and the brown M&M's stiletto heels with flatter lower ones. Keep in mind, we're still talking about those little chocolate candy balls. Then later on in January 2023, it got to the point where M&M's pretty much just yanked all the spokes candies and replaced it with a real person to avoid controversy. Is this what we have to do now? We can't even keep our beloved mascots out the trenches of Twitter? It's sickening. They did bring them back apparently and said it was all just a publicity stunt, but I really don't think it was. With how things are now in society, I wouldn't be surprised if they came back and said the publicity stunt was fake and they're actually gone.
Chat, what do y'all think this world's gonna turn into? What y'all think? Motherfuckers getting over him. What y'all think this world gonna turn into in a couple years? Because I want to know this. This is what I want to know. It's scary times out here, chat. It's real scary times out here. I'm telling y'all. I don't know what the fuck. I don't know what this world turning into. Folk motherfuckers is getting mad over M&M's, man. But
this canceling has also happened with a lot of other brands like Aunt Jemima as an example. This is another brand where there was a huge controversy of the logo, specifically Aunt Jemima herself. See, if you don't know, the logo of Aunt Jemima herself was actually based on a racist undertone. Which we all know, racism is evil. Justin Bieber told me on a shirt once. A long time ago, the Aunt Jemima logo looked very different and actually looked like this. And when looking at this, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure out that this is pretty racist. So the public got mad and they kept rebranding and kept rebranding until they ended up with something like this. Something that people really didn't get mad with. Now we fast forward to 2020 and people started to protest for them to just entirely remove the logo. And obviously they're gonna abide by it, so they completely removed not only the logo, but the entire brand name itself. The same thing happened for a bunch of other brands too, like Uncle Ben, Miss Buttersworth, and Land O'Lakes. But I low-key feel like all of this good change actually causes more racism than ever. Let me explain, okay? So whenever a company has a drastic change like these brands do, it now causes another crowd to be super pissed off. So when they changed the Aunt Jemima logo and name as an example, now you got actual racist mofos being like, yeah. God damn it, your kind is too soft. We give you so much, yet you want so much more. We're simply tired of your wokeness. This is deadass something that happens nowadays. And also, I understand if they want to make a change due to the bad history of the logos themselves. But bro, they couldn't have at least done it in some type of better way? Look at Aunt Jemima as an example. It went from this, Aunt Jemima as a name with her as the logo, and now they changed the name to Pearl Milling Company with this as the logo? What type of transition is that? How do these two things correlate? It doesn't even sound delectable at this point. It used to give a homey, warm vibe with Aunt Jemima as the name and logo, and now it more gives the vibe of high fructose corn syrup, mass-produced in a factory somewhere. I don't personally know a name change that could work directly with this, but all I know is that this name just sounds too corporate. F it, if Aunt Jemima is too racist for America, I'll make myself the face of it. I'm willing to take the sacrifice for everybody. Would you really not bite into a warm, belly-filling serving of pancakes with me as the logo? Exactly, America will love and praise me, and I got the typical nigga fro for the job. Then they did the same thing for the other brands like Uncle Ben's Rice to Ben's Originals, Land O'Lakes to farm-owned Land O'Lakes, and Cream of Wheat to Cream of Wheat. So overall, I just feel like the state of mascots and how iconic they are will just never be the same. It's half the company's fault and half society's fault. On one side, some companies are literally just conforming to new modern changes, which actually leads to their downfalls. And on another side, people get triggered and basically force the hands of these companies to make these changes or their reputation is in the gutter. No more will we see a Chuck E. Cheese, a Mr. Clean, and Aunt Jemima. Kids are just gonna have to grow up and look at something like the inclusive M&M, which I didn't mention before, but they added a new M&M to represent acceptance and inclusivity. This is what we're getting to. I don't care if we go back. To be honest, I taste a better racist. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. As always, I love you guys consensually. And until next time, I'm out.
And what the fuck? WV on some shit, man. Shout out my boy Tommy, folks. Yo, I'm telling y'all, folks. This world is getting crazy.